I'll wait till you can focus.
Yeah. No, I'm ready. I mean, no, we're good.
What we learn to survive. But if we don't question what we learned along the way during our upbringing, as we're children learning from our parents and being given a very limited worldview, we don't know our potential or what we're capable of or what lies in the unknown. If we don't question what we learn, we end up a clone like everyone else. Now, the business matrix, in contrast to the social matrix, is just a web of ideas and beliefs that illustrates how businesses are supposed to operate. Think of it as the advice or education you get on how to start a business, usually from people online. Pick a skill, pick a niche, and do the same thing all over again. Do work you don't care about for people you don't care about to live a life you don't care about. You are a human. You learn by being exposed to beginner level knowledge, then intermediate, and advanced. The thing is, who questioned this beginner level knowledge from the start? Are we absolutely sure it is the best way to go about things? Is it the most conducive to results, or does it cause more confusion that makes people quit too early? You decided to start a business because you wanted to escape the mechanical and meaningless lifestyle, not to create a new one where you can just earn a bit more than you did before at a job. Now, those who learn to break free of this business matrix can do whatever they want, but you can't break free in an instant because that's just not how things work. First, you learn the rules of the game, and then you kind of create your own rules of the game without breaking the other rules. So you need to play the game that others want for you, like you would in society with learning from your parents, but then eventually you reflect and you question, you think, okay, what can I actually do? How can I actually create my own game and get better results than those who came before me? Now, my goal with this video is to give you a complete outline of what your niche is, and that outline will contain pretty much all of your content topics that you'll ever talk about, ever, throughout the entirety of your brand to create your niche of one. So we're going to go over some philosophical stuff first, which I feel like will help a lot of people in understanding what a niche is and this entire You Are the Niche philosophy. And then we're going to go into how to actually create your niche and have it on paper, what it actually is, so you can use that. And then we'll, of course, bake in common questions like, okay, well, what if people don't find my interests interesting? And how do I start to talk about any interests that I want? So let's dive into it. When I began my business journey, I started with freelancing. I thought it was the most beginner-friendly option because all I had to do was learn a skill, sell a skill. So I decided to try my hand at freelancing with almost every skill you can think of: video editing, graphic design, SEO, content marketing, Facebook ads, and web design. My pain point was always choosing a niche. I would download free guides and I would endlessly search on Google for the top 100 niches to target. I targeted dentists and gyms and construction companies and pest control and a lot more. But what are the problems with this approach? First is I don't care about these people. I would and did hate working with them. This isn't a sustainable approach to something as important as your life's work. You're starting a business for a reason, and it isn't to just have a new boss. Now,
That's exactly. You keep telling me you want to have clients, but you don't like these people a lot of times. And why?
Yeah.
And you don't care about what they do.
Well, I don't think it's about like, yeah, okay. A big part of it is like the field that they're in, I might not care, but I think like I do care for them as like, you know, individual, you know what I mean? But like if it's like their business, then, you know, I'd rather, in truth, I kind of do my own business, right?
Exactly. It's just like Sean, but working in a nice office talking to you. Everybody is actually like Sean when they have a business.
Right.
So you're working with someone like Sean, but just not in a stinky garage.
Yeah.
Argue like, oh, business doesn't have to be your life's work. It can just be a way to make money. It's like, I agree. But if the end goal is to just pursue your life's work after you start a business and generate some cash flow, and you can pursue your life's work just by starting a business in the first place, like what's the dissonance there? It just feels like laziness to me, and like you want the get rich quick option, which probably isn't going to work out as well as you think it is. The second thing is I don't have experience with their business. Most businesses fail because they try to solve a problem they haven't experienced. Remember that. Feel free to come back to me when you ignore this and fail. Third is it prioritizes finding, not attracting or becoming. You learn a skill for someone else, you search endlessly for people to reach out to, and end up spending more time on lead generation than building leverage. So one thing I want you to keep in mind for the remainder of this video is that I'm usually speaking under the lens of building an audience, because this is a new traffic mechanism for businesses, building a social media audience, right? Building an audience is just how you build a business. It's always been how you build a business with media and advertising, whatever it may be. Now with social media, where all of the attention is, because it's on the radio and on TV and other things, but most of the attention is on social media. And that is such a blessing for individuals who understand that they can just write content and build an audience and build a business that way.
Yeah.
So that's what sparked this whole "you are the niche" thing, is that many people are operating from 20 to 30-year-old business mindsets and trying to apply that to the modern social media age when they just don't understand social media or how it works. So that's what I'm hoping to change here, is making you understand that as one person, you can build an audience and you can start a hyper-profitable business without boxing yourself into a specific niche. We'll learn how to do it. It's no wonder people don't stick to building a business. The business ideologies circling the space have dominated for too long. They are shallow and lack regard for human nature, psychology, and fulfillment. And that's just the thing. Things evolve beyond being shallow. There are better ways to start a business now, so we're going to learn how to create our own niche that is profitable, authentic, and something you actually enjoy doing. First, we'll start with a few lessons that will spare you a lot of pain. First is that the endless shiny object syndrome you have with finding a niche is a blatant sign that business hasn't clicked for you yet. You don't understand it. You haven't failed enough. You haven't produced enough. You can make any niche work. That's why it's wise to create your own. The second lesson is to build a product or service that you would actually buy, use, and benefit from. There aren't many shortcuts in business, but this is one of them. When you do that, you become the niche, and you can focus on marketing to your past and current self. So now, let's talk about it. Why the most profitable niche is you. Build a product that you would buy, use, and benefit from. Write the words that you would stop, read, and act on.
Okay, is that, what do you say? Build a product that you will buy and use. So this is a product that you design a product for yourself first. You would buy, use, and benefit from. Write the words that you would stop, read, and act on.
When you know yourself, you get to skip ahead of the 99% of failed businesses that haven't experienced the problems they are trying to solve. Most people don't understand that they belong to a very specific niche.
Hold on, go back.
You get to skip ahead of the 99%.
Okay.
But you know yourself, so you have to know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been doing. Even though I'm not working, I think I've been spending this time to actually know who I really am as a person. And that's how I get to talk to you in a better way, because I start to know better of my own emotions and feelings. And I think that's very important.
It's important.
To know yourself. Because most of the people, they are so busy working on a 9-to-5 job, they don't have time to know themselves, right?
Yeah, I think you guys
businesses that haven't experienced the problems they are trying to solve. Most people don't understand that they belong to a very specific niche. You already follow a broad number of people that talk about a variety of different interests, and that's what's created your current personality or identity. Because your personality or identity are created by the information that you're repeatedly exposed to.
Yeah, it's basically, again, just like the more input of information you collect, the more your output will become. So the more things that you are interested in, whether that's like certain movies or certain kind of, workout route, you will become that eventually, you know.
So I think like what he says that we're all trying to learn other people's niche, and we think, oh, we
Yeah.
want to do this niche, but he's saying that what you already know
Is a niche.
is you yourself is already a niche.
Yeah.
You just have to learn yourself. You don't
Mhm.
have to learn other people's niche anymore. Just like what Navas is saying, you can all. The only way to escape competition is to practice yourself.
Mm-hmm.
To become yourself. That's what Navas said in the book. To escape competition is to become you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Navas said the same.
Accepting into your mind. So this is mistake number one when creating your niche. If your job is to target a specific person and you are a specific person, why are you narrowing in on one specific interest that you want to sell a product or service around? Do you not have more than one interest? Do you not already follow people that talk about their opinions, their values, their lifestyle, and their expertise? No, talking about one specific skill or interest won't make you more authoritative. No, people won't trust you more. At best, you'll look like a glorified search engine of actionable advice. So that's one major difference between building an audience before and having like a way to target actual people with something like paid ads and social media is that.
So he means that a lot of people, they just want to talk about one niche.
Mm-hmm.
So they make that one niche their niche.
Mm-hmm.
But he's saying that you are the niche, meaning that you can talk about
anything. Yeah.
As long as it's from you and authentic you.
Right. Yeah, I think that's why. I mean,
people
like,
follow you for you, not for the things you talk about.
That's always the thing. Is always like personality is the key to your personality is a key to your success. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean, his personality is so the way he is you know, is a perfect example of his niche, right? Like he is who he is, and he's not going to change it unless it's something, you know, that makes him not lose money or business. But I think eventually, like your personality, like much like right now, like putting myself on a live stream is revealing more of my personality more so that people just be more familiar with me. Because again, like I said, eventually right now with technology, it's going to be harder to be engaged with people. And with a lot of the AIs and a lot of these editings and like, you know, generated images and stuff, like you won't know who is who. So eventually you're going to have some quick, like raw way of getting your personality out there.
Yeah. So like like why people follow Joe Rogan's podcast? It's not like he doesn't really just do comedy, or he doesn't. He doesn't just do like bodybuilding. He does a variety of things, but people follow Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan is Joe Rogan.
Correct.
He is him.
Yeah.
You don't care what he does. And his content is like everything.
His content is everything. His interest is everything. He opened it up for people to show that, you know, you can have a varieties of interests, which is what, you know, like again, I think what we're honing more into is like the idea like, oh, if you have something you want to be, you got to do it with the newest technology or the newest kind of way of social media now is basically live streaming, you know.
Yeah.
Social media, you don't really control where your content goes.
Right.
It's placed in front of people at random. According to their likes and interests from the algorithm. Sure. But it's mostly random people who have no idea who you are or what you do. So when they only talk to that niche, they have more difficulty at the start. Fewer people share their content, so they can't get in front of the right people, and they may grow to 5,000 followers in a year when someone who incorporated their interests can grow to 20,000 in a year.
Right.
After 3 years, the first gets to 30,000 followers, and the second gets to 300,000 because of the compounding effect. But then those 300,000 followers don't care about my product or service. They're not hot leads. They aren't going to buy from me right away. They're useless. There's a lot to unpack there because I hear that all the time. It's like, if I just talk about my interests, the people aren't going to buy my product or service. First, if those 300,000 followers each know 3 to 5 people that they can refer to you, that's a 900,000 to 1,500,000 follower audience thanks to the network effect. All while 30,000 follower hyper niche down guy is struggling to have enough leverage to get out manual client work. So that's one thing, is like this is all nuanced. If you want to build a very specific audience so that you can land clients and sustain your work, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to evolve and have a lot of leverage to not only build digital products or build other businesses or having a big network to build that startup that you want to build, or just choose this direction because it's more fun. And if you only want to do freelance work like you would with the niche down audience, you can still get the same, if not better, result of doing it and enjoy the process more. Another thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know how I found him?
Mhm.
I found him because I saw another video saying that I learned a lot from this video. That's how I found him.
Mhm.
So he's saying that even if your audience wouldn't buy from you, but they might recommend your video to other people.
Right.
So he's saying that
Oh, okay.
even if the followers don't buy your products,
Mhm.
they will they are
It's a referral.
they are your referrals.
Yeah, they're your referrals. Right.
So
The new age of
that's
referrals.
exactly how I found him.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you know, it's funny because we do the same thing. Like you think about it, like all the times I send, but remember I text you all the time. I'm like, hey, yo, not hey, yo, I'm sorry, but wife, text me that link to talk about those barefoots and stuff like that. And it's just like, and from then I pass that on as a referral.
yeah, and
You know.
some of them might buy it.
And some of them might buy it, but then some of them also are just, get more knowledge and
might
information,
benefit, yeah.
and they may benefit or they might not. But it's not like it's not, not something. As far as the action goes, it all plays its part.
Yeah.
Is that it's not just like, oh, if I post about my interests, my entire business is dead, my brand is dead. That's not how this thing works. People get like, since money is tied to it, they get in such this narrow-minded state where they're like, oh my God, if I make one mistake, my entire life is at risk. My entire business is at risk. I'm not landing any more clients. That's not how it works. You're getting thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of impressions on specific pieces of content. If you can't turn any of those into clients, no matter what audience that is, via referrals or just persuasion, then you probably shouldn't be in business, or you just need to upskill yourself in persuasion and marketing more. So the second thing there with not attracting people that are already hot leads, ready to buy the product or service that you offer, is that they're not supposed to buy from you right away. That's the entire purpose of writing content. You help them go from beginner content to advanced product with time. You create customers by raising them up the levels of awareness. You attract with social media, educate with newsletters, emails, or free downloads, and help them implement with your product or service. So brand is to attract, content is to nurture, product is to implement. The third
Whoa,
thing
wait,
is that
say that again. Brand is to attract,
with your product or service.
content is to nature,
Nurture.
is
So-
to nurture.
Nurture. So basically, you attract your audience,
Mhm.
but you use your content to nurture them.
Nurture, yeah,
Basically,
and then,
benefit
benefit.
other people.
And then what is the last thing?
Brand is to attract, content is to nurture, product
Is to implement. That's awesome.
What is implement?
Is to execute. So basically, you basically brand, which is like your ads. You're branding yourself.
You benefit other people.
Yeah.
You benefit. You tell, hey,
Yeah.
I have something that I can benefit you, or you come in and then you benefit them, and then eventually you say, if you want to keep having more benefit, here's my product, and they can decide whether they want
to
more
or not.
benefits.
Yeah. So basically, the more you put yourself out there, and the content is the nurture. So you have like valuable content that helps people. They trust you that whenever you have a product, you implement the product. Say, hey, you know what? I got all this because I did, I take moringa every day, something like that.
Oh, yeah, that is exactly what
That's exactly what he's saying.
what he's doing as well. He is all these contents. He actually benefits us.
Yeah.
And then he has a business of helping people to build one person business.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his product. So okay, if you want more, then I can directly teach you.
Yeah.
But I already have these free content.
These are all free. The thing is that
But if you want my personal
it
guidance,
costs money.
Yeah.
That's what I feel is like
You should
product
give away
is
free
to-
content.
yeah, you should always give out free content. The people that have the money,
Yeah.
they need to take your time. So if you're doing all these content and that's sustaining you well, the thing is that if someone says, "Hey, I want your time for $1,000," you'd be like, "Okay,
Yeah,
that's worth
I
my
think
time."
this is like for example, Food Collective. They just put out a lot of content as in
Yeah.
like how you build food stream.
Mm-hmm.
It's all free, but then they say, okay, if you want to keep getting benefiting, you can get our products of the training thing.
The training thing. If you
So
want more specific, because again, this is where I feel
it's not
the
hard
value.
sale.
It's not hard sale because you're building the relationship and the trust, and you're just being really authentic.
And you're
right?
helping them.
And you're helping them because you're already helping yourself. Because the thing is that you're helping yourself, and there's no one that says, "Oh, why are you helping yourself?" Right? So like the thing is that once you help yourself, people are interested in like, well, how did you do that? How did you lose weight? How did you,
and
you know,
share, and then
and you
say,
share.
And then you share, and then you say, okay, if you want my, some people are lazy, then you're like, okay, if you want my one-on-one, I can provide one-on-one guidance, and then here's like $200 an hour. Oh, okay, so we can share our lifestyle for free. Like, hey, this is what we drink in the morning. This is when we go to bed. It's how we make protein food. Okay, but if you want a like detailed plan, we can provide like a consultation or
you do affiliates. You say, hey, these are the products that we have. This is the link below. You know, like you want it, like, you know, click on these links and, you know, get 10% off.
Those are side money. Affiliates are side things.
Yeah,
you need to.
I'm just saying there's another option. Right?
Yeah, but those are just like $1, $10. Affiliates are just small money that you can get on the side to buy you like a coffee. But eventually you have to build like a central product for your.
Yeah, I mean, you have a core where it's just like, you know, your.
Those are like extra stuff.
Yeah, again, why I'm doing this live right now is because I just want to be comfortable on camera, even though I've been on camera before. So but now it's like, it's so raw. But
you are not really truly comfortable. It takes time to.
No, it takes time. That's what I'm saying. I might as well do it now. Is my point. You know.
Yes.
To implement. The third thing with this is that nobody is a useless follower. You are just so narrow-minded and indoctrinated without data.
I gotta charge
you don't understand that people can.
Got to charge. But I feel like I'm doing what I've been putting out there. You know, it's like we can do this we can practically do this every day, right? Like to the point where we are educating ourselves and having people come in here to be educated with us, you know? Or at least that's what I'm doing. Because we have amazing personalities. Okay. And eventually I'll just cut and splice this video together.
Learn something new that improves their life. The lesson: you can go on social media right now, read a post, and become interested in a new topic. You aren't just born with specific interests. You are persuaded of their importance.
Just sit where my back is straight. I don't want to slouch. Okay. Can I have that blanket, please? Okay.
Their life. The lesson: you can go on social media right now, read a post, and become interested in a new topic. You aren't just born with specific interests. You are persuaded of their importance, like how lifting weights can give you confidence, improve your health, and make you look good. So you slowly adopt them as an interest. Then you become a part of that niche. So your job is to argue why your interests are valuable to adopt. All of your content is persuasive arguments.
So hey, what was that? Your job
is to argue why your interests are valuable to adopt, and all of your content is persuasive arguments.
Right.
Like how this video argues that you are the niche. It's very important.
Yeah. it's like at work, it's like, there's never once I hear people not injured at work, right?
Yeah.
So why I am so adamant of making sure I get myself prepared by not working the mornings is because I get myself in a place that I'm the most mobile, most strongest, most aware, so that accidents don't happen as often, or I try to prevent, real incidents that happen.
Yeah. I saw this like Asian I saw this Hong Kong woman. She did she basically is she works. She basically just carry a lot of bags, heavy bags, like
Mhm.
she like construction bag,
Mhm.
and she's very muscular. That's how she doesn't hurt herself.
Right. Yeah.
She's like super jacked.
Yeah. But that's the thing, because like you can't do, we're mammals, so it's like we have to do things that keeps us from injuring ourselves.
Yeah, so I think right now the direction is pretty clear now. What Naval and him and a lot of people already said that if you don't want to work for somebody else, you have to build a product.
Yeah.
And then to sell the product, you have to have an audience. And the best way to have an audience is post on social media. So
Yeah.
that's still the only way to go.
Yeah, 100%.
And I was just not have no clues of like what should I post, because I realized that when I just post cooking videos, I don't find fulfillment. And I feel like I'm being narrowed down into one part of it.
And that doesn't represent you.
That doesn't represent. So I started slowly like feeling like it becomes like a job, not like a mission to do.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to find out like, okay, how should I really do it?
Well, we're doing a perfect example. It's like just doing this daily,
So the thing is not become someone that just do one thing, but do a lot of things, and those are the things that you're genuinely interested in, and you tell people why you're interested in.
Yeah.
Argues that you are the niche, meaning you aren't targeting a niche. You are a niche, and your job is to persuade people to join you. By the way, I teach all of this in digital economics. Link in the description. Now we need to talk about what a niche is.
Yeah, no hard sell.
But he waited all the way up until 12 minutes to deliver that for you. And it's very simple. It was like, hey, by the way, this is my job. Link is on the below. Like, so passive. Like, whatever. You want to pick it, great. If you don't, not a big deal.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's not hard selling.
That's not hard selling.
He'll give you a lot of free stuff.
And he gives you a lot of free stuff. Yeah.
Actually is. A niche is a perspective or worldview. Become a nobody. Become everything. Become a designer, writer, marketer, socializer, runner, bodybuilder, philosopher, scientist, psychologist, and polymath who knows how to sustain your obsessive curiosity. The universe rewards those who don't impose their own limits.
Oh, this is so good. Oh my God. What the fuck? What did he just say?
Yeah. No, it's true. Everything he says is absolutely like, don't you want to be as well-rounded as this? Like, that's everything that you want. And it doesn't have to have, it's value, but it not necessarily needs to have a dollar value yet, right? Until you have to perform a service to help someone out.
Yeah. So if you look at the richest people in the world, they're not just focused on one thing. They're everything.
But they call themselves they're like philanthropists. But that's like helping others.
No,
so.
That's when you have money. That's probably.
That's when you have money and you're bored and you're just like, okay, I guess I'll need to do something.
No, that's escaping tax artists. What?
It's true.
So let's break down what a niche actually is. When you are the niche and you are constantly changing and evolving because you're improving, hopefully, then you are nicheless. If you aren't constantly evolving and improving and your niche isn't changing, then you aren't changing and you're probably in the wrong type of business and it's not going to be sustainable. as an example, you can be like Zuby, who makes music and sells tickets to
This is exactly like I feel like my interest. I have a lot of interest, and then a lot of people say, "Oh, you have to find your niche. You have to find your niche." I was like, "How can I keep talking about one thing for 10 years? I can't talk about one thing for 10 years.
You don't.
It's not even sustainable for me."
Mm-hmm.
So I think what he is like, you show the progress of you as a human being, like
Right.
over the time what you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
for one day and then talks about politics another day and then sells a fitness ebook the next day. And he's doing perfectly fine. Or you can be like Hamza, who has an extremely broad niche like self-improvement, which encapsulates literally everything. And I'm talking everything valuable or actually worth pursuing is self-improvement. Going to Mars is self-improvement on a collective scale. Elon Musk, his niche is self-improvement. But at that point, it's just an expanded version of self. It's an expanded sense of self, where self, you have begun to identify with humanity as a whole. You've expanded your circle of concern, and so now your products are spaceships and stuff like that. But with Hamza and self-improvement, he talks about confidence and masculinity and dating and fitness and business and all of these other things where he's not in a very hyper-specific niche there. He is the niche because he is a self-improver. That's his identity. Your identity is your niche. Or put more practically, your niche is what you are interested in and why it's important to your life.
This video.
Identity. Your identity is your niche. Or put more practically, your niche
And this is all very spiritual because this is exactly your niche is looking for who you are, and that's exactly what all the spiritual practices is.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking for who you really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Being more, being more open and ready, you know.
Yeah. This fucking video.
So good.
is what you are interested in and why it's important to your life. You don't box yourself into hyper-specific skills or interests that you will outgrow because you are human. You will grow bored of it, or it will no longer serve you. Like talking about agency work, because you change what you do as your business grows. Locking yourself into a niche makes it extremely difficult to develop yourself beyond it. Your business evolves as you evolve. If your business is a narrow niche, you limit your own potential. So now, why are
it's the same thing like Diary of a CEO. Like he has a bunch of people. So it's not like he talks about entrepreneur. He talks about health. He talks about everything, you know.
Talks about not using scented candles.
Not talking about, part of your algorithm. And then look, is it right below is a movie called Spirit.
Beyond it. Your business evolves as you evolve. If your business is a narrow niche, you limit your own potential. So now, why are you told to niche down in the first place? So you can understand the minds of your readers and customers. You're told to create a customer avatar, identify a burning problem they face, and position a solution toward them. The solution is often the same as any other product on the market with small changes. The point is to make it perceived as valuable to a specific person by understanding them. So a hack here is to recreate what already exists, but better and don't overcomplicate it. The thing there is that all products are the same. Like all self-help products are the same, all business products are the same. They're just positioned towards different people. That's
exactly.
why creating a niche is important, because I can talk about writing and someone else can talk about writing, but it's two completely different people, and that's what makes it unique. But I target my past and former self for the goals and problems, the problems that they're trying to solve, and the goals that they're trying to achieve. So I position it towards them. Another writer may position it towards soccer moms because they are a soccer mom, or they just wanted to target that niche. That's why we're doing this here. But targeting yourself is just so much easier, and it goes away.
Targeting yourself is so much easier.
Because this product you create is helping your past self and your future self.
Right. Past self.
Because
For-
if you have this problem, then a lot of people are like you, that they will have the same problem. So if nobody knows your problem better than you.
Right.
But if you can solve your own problem with the product, then you can solve a lot of people's similar problems.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to really know what the customer needs because you're not them. But if you put yourself as the customer, you know what you need. And you can solve that problem perfectly for yourself.
For moms, because they are a soccer mom, or they just wanted to target that niche. That's why we're doing this here. But targeting yourself is just so much easier, and it goes a layer deeper than just making money or business. It's about self-improvement, self-awareness, and actually building products that help people's lives and working with people that you enjoy.
Yeah,
so why don't we skip all of that and treat ourselves as the customer avatar, solve problems that we've actually experienced, and build a solution that actually benefits our lives. And then once you grow as a person, as an individual, your products start to evolve. You just build a new product and distribute a new product. In essence, a customer avatar is the mind, worldview, or perspective of someone you are creating for or marketing toward.
Okay. Cool. When's your appointment?
I think it's at 12:15. The customer has been here and performed the month. Please keep pets away. Oh, okay. For the next 4 hours. Okay, so that was a couple hours ago. Great. Thank you, Blanca. And then I have my appointment at 12:15, so I'll probably leave here roughly around
12:45.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, 11:45.
Yeah.
It's China season now.
Woo! For the tennis? Nice. Exciting.
They're in Shenzhen now.
You know, I can't wait to go hang out in Shenzhen next time
Watch
in the future.
tennis.
Watch tennis. But also, you know, like, not gonna lie, but it's like Shenzhen got some pretty cool stuff happening over there right now.
20 minutes.
Yeah. Good.
So from a structural standpoint, a worldview or perspective is composed of a few things. The first is just goals, the conscious or unconscious goals that influence every single action you take, like taking one step forward or going to the gym. When I say one step forward, I literally mean taking a step. You are acting towards a goal. You're moving in a specific direction. Everything you do is associated with some goal. It's just unconscious. Self-generated goals put you in control of your life. The entire, what's the Jung quote, Carl Jung quote? If you don't make the unconscious conscious, then it will determine your fate and control your life, something like that. There's just presence, mindful living, becoming conscious. A A person with the assigned goal of society to retire at 60 years old will see fewer business opportunities than a person with a self-generated goal of financial freedom at 25 years old. Goals also frame how you or your readers interpret books and content. Two people with different goals will have radically different highlights of the books and content. They will notice the things that aid in their goals, whether they're aware of it or not.
Pause it. Goals also frame how you or your reader interpret books and content. Okay, two people with different goals will have radically different highlights. Yes, that's correct.
Basically, a person who want to retire at 60 and then just work a 9-to-5 job, they will read a book like "How Do I Retire?"
No. That's
No,
not.
He just saying that someone who just want to work at a 9-to-5 job,
Mhm.
they will probably read "How Do I?" They probably read a book like "How Do I Invest My Savings?" But with the people with a goal of want to retire early and have financial freedom early, and that person will read a lot of business books or have different highlights in the book.
Well, yeah. So from how I'm reading it is that
goals frame your
This-
worldview.
this is exactly what we're trying to say. With goals frame their worldview, meaning like if you take one book, we are reading this thing, we are both interpreting what we're benefiting from us individually.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So what he means that goals will put you in a different world.
Yeah.
Like
Right,
we are
right,
in a different
right.
world than people who
Or put you in a different frame.
who are different from people who just want to work for like Facebook or like, oh, I just want to work for
Well,
Facebook.
no, I mean, but it says your readers interpret books and content. Two people with different goals will have radically different highlights of the books and content. Meaning,
No,
like,
that's just an example
Oh,
of
okay.
how he said that if you have different goals,
Yeah.
how you look at the life is different. How you look at
Right.
the world is different.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But when you or even if you're reading the same book,
it doesn't mean
it's like-
it doesn't mean it's a book. Book is life.
I mean, just life, but
Read
like
life in
if
general.
you have a different frame, then we can agree to that.
Like we are different from someone who are looking for jobs
Yeah.
and going for interviews.
Correct.
Because
Their frame is like, I'm only needing to get a
how
job.
do I please my manager? How do I
Right.
along with my
They'll get
coworkers?
books of those kinds of
how
things.
how do I survive in a work environment?
Right.
But we're like, fuck those things. We don't want that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we want to really like how to become a self-made.
How do you be more open? How do you be more,
How do you create your
how
own
do you
game?
own game? How do you look at things differently?
How do you basically be more free?
Right, more free.
And you read books that's like, how do you be more free than like, okay, how do I get along with my coworkers?
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the second thing that composes a niche or worldview or identity is problems, the conscious or unconscious problems that prevent you from reaching your goals and ideal lifestyle. The foundation of marketing as a whole is to raise the readers' levels of awareness surrounding their problems over time. So if you've solved your own problems and are helping your audience do the same, you are in a great position. The 5 levels of awareness are 1, unaware, which is unaware of their problem and how it is hurting their quality of life. 2 is problem aware, so aware of their problem but don't know how to solve it. 3 is solution aware, so they're aware of their problem and know there's a solution, education, or knowledge to solve it. 4th is product aware, so they're aware of the problem and know there's a streamlined path or system to solve it. And 5th is most aware, so they are ready to change, they just need the right why that changes behavior instantly. Like when you read an idea in the book and it changes your entire outlook on life. So all content and your landing pages and your products and whatever it may be have to target the person at whatever level of awareness they're at in relation to the goals or problems that compose your worldview that you can help them achieve. So the goals of your brand, your vision for the future, the problems along the way, how are you positioning the content, education, insight, whatever it may be, opinions to them in a way that's understandable. So top of funnel, social media content is usually in between awareness levels 1 and 3. That's who you're writing to. It's mostly beginner level. Then newsletter or a free download is usually a step beyond that. It's like 2 to 4. And then during that, you target the most aware, level 5, to sell them on your product on your landing page. When your worldview is your
Mm,
niche, your job
nice.
is to write in a creative fashion that increases people's awareness of their problems. That way, they act on a solution toward reaching their goals. Another way to think of it is that every piece of content you write and every product you build helps people learn the knowledge or skills that allow them to reach the goals of your brand. The bigger the goal, the more people you can attract and help. You help them reach the goal by solving problems or pain points. So your content and products argue why achieving a specific goal is important and give them the knowledge, tools, and education to solve the problems standing in the way. Now, the third thing, the last thing, there's goals, which gives people direction. It is motivation, or it entices people to be attracted to you. The problems are what you help people solve to actually change their life. But how do you actually solve the problems? That's the potential paths that they can take. That's number 3. When people don't have clarity on their next steps, they feel anxious, overwhelmed, or bored. This is what causes arguments in relationships, dissonance in business, and battles between political parties.
See that? See that? When people don't have clarity on their next steps, they feel anxious, overwhelmed, or bored.
People who don't share the same worldviews are
Go
missing
back.
pieces
That's
of
another
the
note.
party's narrative or system that allows this argument.
People don't have clarity on next steps. They feel anxious, overwhelmed, or bored. Okay, I think we're gonna stop because I'm gonna also do the squeezing muscles.
Squeezing muscles.
The what is it? Normatec. I'm gonna do the Normatec. Okay, that's it.
And he also has other videos we can